That's Rahul Dravid on your screens right now, and he will begin talking shortly. This is a press conference which has been called by the BCCI President N. Srinivasan, and Rahul Dravid is there with his entire family at this point in time. A man who scored 36 Test centuries, a man who scored 12 ODI centuries and played for 16 years for India, scored over 10,000 ODI runs and over 13,000 Test runs, behind only Sachin Tendulkar in the list of all-time Test run getters. Rahul Dravid will definitely be missed. Sachin Tendulkar himself had a statement where he said that he will miss Rahul both on and off the field. That's Dravid on your screen.
I would like to announce my retirement from international and domestic first-class cricket. It has been 16 years since I first played a test match for India, and I feel it's time for me to move on. Once I was like every other boy in India with a dream of playing for my country. Yet I could never have imagined a journey so long and so fulfilling. I have had a wonderful time. But now it's time for me, for a new generation of young players to make their own history and take the Indian cricket team even further. No dream is ever chased alone. As I look back, as one does at such a time, I have many people to thank for supporting me, teaching me, and believing in me. My junior coaches in Bangalore and at various junior national camps inculcated in me a powerful love of the game, which has always stayed with me. My coaches at the international level have added to my craft and helped shape my personality. They pushed me and challenged me to keep getting better. The physios and trainers worked hard to keep me fit. It's not an easy job, and allowed me to play late into my 30s. The selectors, who rarely receive any credit in India, had on occasion more confidence in me than I had in myself, and I'm grateful for that. The various captains I played under offered me guidance and inspired me. The media has been kind to me, and I respect their craft. The KSCA and the BCCI have provided me a platform and the facilities to play this great game. But most of all, I have to thank the teams I played with. I know what I'm going to miss the most is being part of a unit. The joy of bonding together and striving to achieve a goal is what made cricket special for me. I was lucky in my early years to play for a Karnataka team which was trying to forge itself into a strong side, and they were years of fun and learning. In the Indian team, I was fortunate to be part of a wonderful era when India played some of its finest cricket at home and abroad. Many of my teammates have become legends, not just in India, but in the wider cricketing world. I admired them, learned from them, and I leave the game with wonderful memories and strong friendships. It's a great gift to have. A career in sport is almost impossible to manage without the support, guidance, and reassurance of family and friends. During tough times, and there have been many, they are the ones we go to. I found strength and encouragement from my parents, Sharad and Pushpa, and brother Vijay. And they created around me a positive environment which is essential to my success. My wife Vijita has been a remarkable partner in my journey. She has made sacrifices in her own career and has almost been a single parent, bringing up our children alone as I traveled abroad to play. Whenever challenges appeared, she was always there as sounding board, as ally, and as a guide. Being away from my family became harder and harder through the years. And I look forward now to spending time at home and doing the simple things like just taking my sons, Samit and Anvay, to school. Finally, I would like to thank the Indian cricket fan, both here and across the world. The game is lucky to have you, and I have been lucky to play before you. To represent India, and thus to represent you, has been a privilege, and one I have always taken very seriously. My approach to cricket has been reasonably simple. It was about giving everything to the team, it was about playing with dignity, and it was about upholding the spirit of the game. I hope I have done some of that. I have failed at times, but I have never stopped trying. It is why I leave with sadness, but also with pride. Thank you.
May I now request Mr. N. Srinivasan, President of the BCCI, to say a few words.
Thank you. ladies and gentlemen, I sit here with mixed feelings. I'm very proud to be here, very proud particularly in the presence of Rahul Dravid, who has just announced his retirement, and sitting next to another great Indian icon, Anil Kumble, who is the president of the Karnataka State Cricket Association. All of us know what Rahul Dravid has achieved on the field. I think every Indian cricket fan knows every statistic by heart. All of us have been proud, we have been privileged to see one of the finest cricketers India ever produced. To see him play for the last 16 years, play with great commitment to India. Not only has he been a great player, he is a great role model. He has been a great ambassador for the sport, for cricket, for the Indian team and for India. He is the kind of person who cannot be matched. He is actually irreplaceable. None of us really wanted to see such great players go away. We all think that everybody is permanent. And I think deciding when to retire possibly is the hardest decision that Rahul has ever faced. It is not easy to say adieu. It is not easy to step back when you're still playing well. All of us know how he performed in England. So I think I will borrow his phrase. In a sense, it is a sad day. It is sad personally for me because I have watched him grow from his Ranji Trophy days, from the days he played club cricket in Chennai, to the time he captained India. He did whatever the team wanted, whether it was to keep wickets, yes. Open, yes. Whatever position, yes. Took the maximum number of catches in Test cricket. There's nothing, actually there's very little, hardly anything for him to achieve. So I think I will echo everybody's feelings when we say that thank you, Rahul. Thank you for what you have given to Indian cricket. And we wish you very, very well in the future challenges that face you as you now step into the non-cricketing world. The BCCI is extremely honored, very proud that you have been part of the Indian team, and we do plan to separately felicitate you for all your achievements at an appropriate time in the near future. Thank you.
May I now request Rahul's former teammate, captain and President KSCA, Mr. Anil Kumble, to say a few words.
At the outset, let me welcome BCCI President, Mr. N. Srinivasan, Rahul, his family, his friends, colleagues, cricketers, members of the managing committee, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a glorious career embellished by Rahul's contributions to many a memorable victory for India and Karnataka. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate Rahul. Rahul, we have enjoyed every run that you have scored. I have enjoyed every moment that I have played with you. It's been a great honor. My first thoughts are drawn to Rahul, my friend and colleague for 20 years. Quiet, unassuming and completely consumed by his enthusiasm and passion for the game. Rare are those individuals that hold the unique combination of exceptional talent and commitment. His ability to concentrate for long hours remains unmatched. He is someone who is constantly in search of perfection, and this attributed in striving for excellence at all times. His career saw over 13,000 runs in tests, over 10,000 runs in one-day internationals, and a very unique record of over 400 catches in international cricket. A fantastic record indeed. However, they only capture his contributions partly. His reassuring presence at the crease or on the field allowed every other batsman the rare indiscreet shot. I was really fortunate to have played alongside you. It's been an honor. You are a perfect ambassador for cricket and an ideal team man. We have shared some wonderful moments together on the field, and I've had our share of worries as well. In all of it, you have been a constant friend and a colleague that I depended on for advice. Now, with a different role as President of the Karnataka Cricket Association, I wish to say that you are an inspiration and a role model, and you have been responsible for a lot of young cricketers to have taken up the game. You are amongst Karnataka's finest cricketing sons. On behalf of the management, I would like to congratulate you on a great career, and I'm sure the committee will now expect to see you often in the association wearing an administrative hat. On life after retirement, Sri and I can surely share a few notes with you. On a serious note, I can tell you that you will become busier with exceptional demands made for your time. Your ability to say no will be challenged like never before. At the KSCA, we plan to celebrate Rahul's career and achievements befittingly very soon. Finally, I'd like to congratulate you again on a glorious, incomparable career. Enjoy the much-deserved time with family and wish you all the very best in the future. Thank you.
And on behalf of India's vast cricket-loving community, I would just like to say to Rahul, thank you for everything that you have done for the team and for us. You made us feel proud to be Indian. We will miss you. We will now throw the floor open for questions. Kindly raise your hand to indicate that you wish to ask a question and identify yourself. Who would like to start? Yeah, at the back. Yeah.
Like I said, I think I felt it was the right time for me to move on. You know, I've had a glorious run, a wonderful run, and you know, I felt it was time for me to move on, and for the next generation of young Indian cricketers to come on and play and you know, and take the team forward. A lot of these decisions, you know, I think they just come to you in some ways, and yeah, for want of a better word, I just felt that you know, the time was right, and it you know, it was I needed to move on really.
How difficult it was to take such a decision?
Yes and no. I think when you leave when you leave playing for India and something that I've lived, the life that I've lived for close to 16 years, and 5 years before that, a first-class cricket. It is tough. It's not easy. It's all I've known all my growing life. You know, it is a challenge. So from that point of view, yes, it was a difficult decision, but it also wasn't a difficult decision for me because you know, I knew in my heart, I knew deep down that the time was right, and I was very happy and comfortable in what I had achieved, in what I had done, and you know, I knew that the time was right. So it's hard in a way, but it's also easy in a way because you just know deep down that, you know, you have to move on and let the next generation take over.
Rahul, first of all, wish you all the best for future. Here.
Oh, sorry.
Wish you all the best for your future. दो questions हैं मेरे. क्या कोई ऐसा regret है जो शायद आपको अभी फील हो रहा है, या कुछ ऐसा अचीव कर पाते तो आज ज़्यादा सेटिस्फाई महसूस करते? और दूसरा, फ्यूचर के लिए क्या प्लान है, क्या इंडिकेशन है?
देखिए, मैंने अगर आप 16 साल खेलते हैं and if you play for 16 years, I think there are going to be times in your career when you're going to face some incredible highs, and you're going to have some disappointing lows. And that's part and parcel, I think, of being an international cricketer, especially one who's played for a really long time. So while I'll say that there have been many disappointments in my career and there have been some great highs, I think in the end of the day there's a huge sense of satisfaction that even though I might have failed in certain times or failed in achieving certain things, I have always given it my best shot. And I've tried my very best, and I've left no stone unturned to try and become the best cricketer I could ever become. And I think that leaves me with a huge amount of satisfaction. So there are absolutely no regrets.
Rahul, 16 years is a long time here. The fact is that during your career you've seen a lot of ups and downs kind of thing. The critics in India are very emotional. When they praise you, they take you to the top. And when they criticize you, they actually get very nasty on this kind of thing. Is there anything that you want to tell your critics now at this stage when you retire?
Absolutely not. I mean, I think, I respect the fact that, I've played, when you play international sport and you play in a country like India where there's a huge amount of passion, there's a huge amount of support, I think you have to learn to deal with it. I think that's the part of the challenges of being an international cricketer, that you have to accept criticism and you have to learn how to deal with praise as well. They're both the two sides of the same coin, and you have to learn to deal with them and manage them. And, I have, like I said, I think the media has been quite kind to me. People have been very kind to me. And, I've had nothing to say really other than the fact that, I've tried my very best.
Hi Rahul, this is Nandini here. I would like to know if you were following what was being written in the media during the Australian tour, and if yes, did that sort of have any impact in your decision today? And also, if the Australian series would have gone any differently, would you have taken this decision now?
I mean, honestly, I don't follow every single word that is written, but obviously I think I've been long enough to know that when you're not doing well, you are going to get criticized. I would like to believe that, irrespective of how the Australian series had gone, in my own mind, I was very sure that after Australia, I was going to sit down and assess and look at a lot of things, irrespective of what happened in Australia. Obviously now it's easy for me to say, but I would like to think that I probably would have come to the same conclusion, irrespective of what might have happened. And I know there are friends and people who I have confided in who did know that, I would be assessing a lot of things after Australia, not only my own position, but also where Indian cricket is at, and what should be the way forward.
Rahul, Pramod Raghavan from Z News. दो छोटे-छोटे सवाल हैं. एक तो ये कि ये फैसला लेने में आपको कितना वक्त लग गया, मतलब कितना आपने चिंतन मनन किया, नंबर एक. और दूसरी बात ये कि सचिन से क्या कोई आपकी बात हुई, क्या उन्होंने कुछ आपसे कहा कि क्या ये सही वक्त है रिटायरमेंट लेने का, या कुछ और आप खेल सकते हैं कुछ दिन और?
Like I said, after, really for a year now, I've been aware of the fact that, I've sort of assessed after almost each and every series as what should be the way forward for me personally. And this was no different. So, I came back from Australia, I sat down, and, I wanted to take the emotion out of it and sit back and spend a month at home and look at things dispassionately. And so I came to this decision, and as, when I came to it, I knew that I was very clear in my mind.